Hey everybody, it's Glenn, and after a few days of playing Merge Tactics, you know what? I said, let's just do a tier list, and I'm just going to share my thoughts on what the best characters are in the game right now. I have 5 different tiers, and before we get started, I know tier lists makes everybody go crazy, so if you are going to go crazy in the comments, be sure to hit the like button, and please consider subscribing. It does help me out a lot. Okay. Now, we're going to go into the 5 tiers. The first one is the franchise player. Now, these are obviously the best of the best. These are the cards you want to build around if you're trying to get wins, in my opinion. The next tier is the very reliable teammate. They're not completely franchise, characters you're not looking to build around them, but they provide so good support to the top level and really to everybody else that you want to pick those cards. Okay, the next tier is the clutches one in a while tier. These cards, sometimes they can be absolute potatoes, and sometimes you're going, I can't believe they clutched a 1v4. They can go either way. It's really crazy with those cards. So we have that tier. The next tier is looks good because of others. They're not horrible. They're not the best. But you know what? Sometimes they just are propped up because of the situation or because of the other really good or, really bad cards that are in the game. And the final tier is why are you here? They should be swapped out for, in my opinion, a different card. Okay, let's get into it. And, let's just get this out of the way. Right now, franchise player, first one is Rogue Ghost. Without question, the best card in the game. Right now, I imagine there will be some nerfs if there happen to be nerfs going forward. Definitely Rogue Ghost is number 1. I also would put Archer Queen as number 2. I would say these two are non-negotiable. Definite franchise players, best cards in the game. Okay, now we can start going through the rest of the list. P.E.K.K.A. I have as a very reliable teammate. I think at the 3, I should mention this too. My opinion on where everybody goes is based on, at minimum, 3 stars and all things considered. So 3 stars at minimum, and then all things considered, that's the way to go with all of these troops. That being said, P.E.K.K.A. at 3 stars, when she just absolutely lays down on an opponent, she can definitely help out everybody else. She is really, 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 really good. She can't clutch a win, but she can definitely do her job. Okay, Prince, I would say also a very reliable teammate. Not necessarily at the top here, in my opinion, just because he has haste. So he is going to take a lot of damage in addition to delivering damage in the early parts of battles. So Prince, definitely very reliable teammate. Goblin, I would also put as a very reliable teammate. I would even say probably Goblin is the best very reliable teammate, in my opinion, just because fast can help level up a team very, very quickly, especially if you're going with the Goblin trait. I'd say Goblins definitely. Okay, Valkyrie, I also would put as a very reliable teammate, just because, the way she can do damage to multiple opponents at once is just really, 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 really good. She's not a franchise player, but definitely a very reliable teammate. Okay, Princess, I had a difficult time deciding where she is. In my opinion, I think she's the 3rd or 4th best character in the game right now, but she's not a franchise player. And the reason is because she can get smacked easily and get taken out. Is she a very reliable teammate? I think her health all kind of prevents that, but you know what? When she is in a situation where it's a 1v2 and she has a position to take down an opponent, you're just scratching your head like, I can't believe Princess won a 1v2. So I put her in the clutches once in a while group because she's not quite 100% here in the very reliable teammate, in my opinion. I think she leans more to this group here. Okay, next we have Executioner. And I also thought Executioner was going to be in the very reliable teammate, but it's just not enough for me to say that he can always deliver, because if he misses with his axe, it's just bad. But at the times when he can clutch a 1v3, again, like Princess, you're just scratching your head and saying, I can't believe Executioner actually pulled that off. So I'm going to go with the clutches once in a while group right here. I think that's the perfect spot for Executioner. Same with Princess. Okay, Giant Skeleton. I also thought Giant Skeleton was going to be the very reliable teammate one, but it's just, the death damage is just not enough for me to say that he can always deliver for, the best characters in the game. It's just, sometimes the death damage is just like a scratch to some of the opponents, especially if you're facing a P.E.K.K.A. or if you're facing a Mega Knight. It's just, I don't know. It's sometimes it's just, it's like, why did I pick Giant Skeleton? He's not a bad card, but I will put him in the looks good because of others tier. And even he may be the best card of that bunch. So yeah. Okay, Goblin. I mean Spear Goblins. I was going to put in the very reliable teammate, but I think it's more the same thing. He looks good because of others. I mean, if he stays alive, he can definitely get stuff done with everybody else that's also remaining on the board. And then when he's left on the board, when you win around, you're like, oh, okay, Spear Goblin is pretty good. But he looks good because the others helped him get it done. Okay, let's go with Barbarian. This was I was going to do this. And I was going to say, you know what? All right, that's fine. But I think in the early game, in the opening, he can help whoever gets picked to start the game with Barbarian. But you're not relying on Barbarian to win a game at all. He's not bad, like horrible like this, but he'll never be anywhere up in these three. So he's in the looks good because of others category. GoldenEye, I almost put the same. I really debated putting GoldenEye here, but I said, you know what? Because he can dash and do all his fancy stuff, I think at minimum, he's in the looks good because of others. He'll never clutch. I'm probably going to jinx it with all of the streams that I've been doing and as much I've been playing. Clutch. Can you rely on GoldenEye to clutch a game once in a while? I could rely on Princess and Execution to clutch a game once in a while, but GoldenEye, no. So I'm going to say it looks good because of others. Okay, Dark Goblin. I thought because of Dark Goblin's HP that I would put him here, but in the end, especially if it's 3 stars and especially if you have the Ranger trait locked in, he is a very amazing teammate. It's just in that early going when Dark Goblin is still 1 star, 2 star, you're kind of like, why did I pick him? But once he gets to 3 stars, and if you got the Ranger trait, oh my goodness, it is just, he is incredible. And we are going based off of whether, these characters are, I'd say, at their best. And at Dark Goblin's best, he is amazing. He can definitely clutch more than once in a while. So, yeah. Okay, Archers is next. And the more I thought about what Archers can do in the game, I just and really trying to figure out like why are archers here. We can pick a lot of different cards that can do the same thing that, I mean, yeah, let's do the same thing that archers can do and probably better. I mean, I never look at a game and say, oh, okay, I'm glad archers, helped me get the win. It's never that way, especially in the opening and especially in the late game. It's never going to be here, in my opinion. I'm just like, why here? I'm only picking archers because I'm trying to get to the clan bonus, or I'm trying to get to the ranger bonus. And that's it. I'm not picking archers because archers. I'm picking archers because they're the bridge to somebody else. Okay, knight, I would say, is also, it looks good because of others. One, kind of in the same vein as barbarian and golden knight, where you're not looking for knight to do much more than just be a body to soak up damage for pretty much everybody else. And if he stays alive in the end, then yippee. But yeah, he looks good because of other cards. Okay, next is Mega Knight. And I would say Mega Knight is a franchise player. I debated this. I wouldn't put Mega Knight as, well, I guess I would put Mega Knight as probably a top 5 card in the game, but kind of toward the end there, I would say, just because of all the HP. That's really it. And if you get the bonus HP, then he's just an absolute monster. But yeah, I would say, would you pick Rogos ahead of Mega Knight? Yes. Would you pick Archer Queen ahead of Mega Knight? Yes. But Mega Knight is definitely there. You can build a team around Mega Knight and really try to get wins. Okay, Goblin Machine was also one that I almost put in the wire you here, but I'm going to put in the looks good because of others. He will never clutch once in a while. It looks like he can clutch once in a while because of all the missiles and all the targets toward all the opponents, but it's just, the damage is just not enough for me, in my opinion, to say, okay, yeah, he can clutch once in a while, or he's a very reliable teammate. He's just kind of there. And I think that's holding him back. If he did more damage, then I think if he did more damage, he would be up here. And that's if you added his damage probably like 1.5%, or if his missile only targeted maybe one other opponent instead of multiple, then yeah, he is definitely a franchise player. But he's definitely down here. He's in the looks good because of others category right now. Okay, we got a couple left. Skeleton King, I debated here, but he's in the wire here. Every time I pick him and I watch the games, I'm just like, what is Skeleton King even doing? Yes, he can turn any opponent into Larry, and then you get the extra bonus, but it's happened rarely for me, and it's just more of Skeleton King is the bridge to Royal Ghost. And I feel like there can be much more. I would even switch to Larry if that's a thing. I mean, let's just get Larry on the board here, and get Skeleton King out of here. Well, let's figure something out. But yeah, Skeleton King is definitely in the wire you hear category, even at 3 stars. Okay, Bandit, I definitely am putting as a franchise player just because she is sneaky good. Like, there are just some games where she is just staying alive. One of the 12 characters on the board, she is like one of the last 2 standing, and it's like, oh, she's there, she's gone, and she's still alive. And it can be frustrating to play against. And if there's a chance to build a team around her, I definitely would put Bandit at the top. Okay, last one is Bomber, and I'm sorry to Bomber, but again a bridge to Rogue Ghost. Just the early game, the late game. I know there's splash damage and all that, but man, I just look at Bomber in the games. I'm like, what is going on here? I mean, this is it's kind of sad to watch Bomber just get smoked in a lot of games. So that's the tier list that I have for merch tactics. Let me know your thoughts in the comments. Did I get them right? Which one would you switch? Who are the franchise players in this game today? I'm definitely interested to hear your thoughts. And that's going to be it for me today. So thank you all for tuning in. If you enjoyed the video, be sure to hit the like button, subscribe button, super thank me, all that good stuff. And I'll see you in the next one.